Summary of the Sanctuary written by Andrew Hunter Murray. Chapter 1. In the week that marked the narrator's journey to Pemberley's Island, the tapestry of life unfurled before them, weaving together the threads of personal and societal changes. Two deaths, seemingly unrelated, but both symbolic in their own ways, cast shadows over the narrative. The old king and Nala, the last elephant, passed away within days of each other, prompting a collective reflection on mortality, legacy, and the interconnectedness of life and death. The deaths, initially treated as separate events, soon became entwined in the collective consciousness. Journalists, with their penchant for sensationalism, attempted to link the last breaths of the king and the elephant, creating narratives that sought to find profound meaning in their simultaneous departure. However, as the narrator delves into the story, we witness their detachment from these national events, focusing instead on their commissioned work for the Bywater family. The Bywaters, residents of one of the country's most exclusive villages, become the central characters in the unfolding drama. The narrator, an artist with a penchant for capturing the essence of their subjects, is commissioned to paint the family portrait. The patriarch, a typical representative of the elite class, stands tall and imposing, radiating an air of entitlement. His work, vaguely described as something in the city, adds a layer of mystery to his character. Mrs. Bywater, physically opposite to her husband, becomes an intriguing subject for the narrator. Her constant movements betray a restlessness, a dissatisfaction that seeps into the portrait sessions. The son, on the brink of adulthood, embodies the universal struggle of asserting individuality while craving parental approval. Through the intricacies of their interactions, the family dynamic becomes a microcosm of societal complexities. As the painting progresses, the narrative unfolds, revealing the tension simmering beneath the surface. The death of the old king adds an extra layer of unease to the already charged atmosphere. Mrs. Bywater's dissatisfaction with the narrator's casual response to the news becomes palpable, casting a shadow over the remaining sittings. The son's attempt to unveil the unfinished portrait leads to a confrontation, a clash of generational perspectives that mirrors the societal shifts occurring beyond the canvas. The narrator, caught in the crossfire of familial discord, finds themselves leaving the Bywater compound unpaid and escorted by village security. Yet, amidst the disappointment and conflict, the focus subtly shifts to the narrator's personal life. Thoughts of Kara, the narrator's partner, become a source of solace and anticipation. The impending reunion with Kara becomes a beacon of light, a promise of emotional respite amid the storm of professional setbacks. As the narrator journeys back to the city, the landscape morphs from the opulence of the village to the desolate outskirts, mirroring the stark societal disparities prevalent in the country. The visual transition serves as a metaphor for the economic and social divisions that shape the world in which the characters exist. The reflections on the societal contrasts add depth to the narrative, inviting readers to contemplate the broader implications of the characters' lives. The narrative takes a contemplative turn as the narrator reflects on their engagement with Kara. The word fiancé becomes a focal point, prompting introspection on the societal norms and traditions that define relationships. The prolonged engagement, a source of discomfort for both the narrator and Kara, becomes a symbol of resistance against societal expectations. The couple, united in their aversion to traditional formalities, yearns for a relationship unburdened by archaic labels. As the coach nears the city, the narrator's thoughts shift from societal reflections to the anticipation of Kara's return. The impending reunion becomes a moment of emotional significance, a culmination of the challenges faced and overcome. The narrator envisions a joyous reunion, emphasizing their eagerness to move forward and bring an end to their prolonged engagement. The final stretch of the journey becomes a reflection on love, relationships, and the transformative power of shared experiences. The narrator's thoughts transition from societal critiques to a celebration of personal connections. The coach's arrival in the city becomes a metaphorical homecoming, not just for the narrator but for the readers invested in the character's journey. As the narrator steps off the coach and into the bustling streets of the city, a sense of calm washes over them. The city, with its myriad complexities and contradictions, becomes a backdrop for the narrator's internal transformation. The anticipation of Kara's return is met with a sense of peace, a reminder that amidst the chaos of the world, love remains a constant, an anchor in the ever-changing tides of life. The narrator, greeted by the warmth of Kara's smile, realizes that they have found their true north, their anchor in a world adrift. The couple's embrace becomes a poignant moment of reassurance, a testament to the enduring power of love in the face of life's uncertainties. Together, they navigate the storms that lay ahead, drawing strength from their shared journey and unwavering devotion. In the end, the narrative weaves a tapestry of emotions, exploring the intricacies of life, death, love, and societal complexities. The deaths of the old king and Nala serve as catalysts for personal and societal reflections, propelling the characters into a journey of self-discovery and growth. The Bywater Commission becomes a microcosm of societal tensions, while the narrator's engagement with Kara challenges societal norms and traditions. As the story concludes, the focus shifts from societal critiques to a celebration of personal connections. The coach's arrival in the city becomes a symbolic homecoming, marking the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. The narrator and Kara, united in their love, stand resilient against the uncertainties of the world, a testament to the timeless power of the human heart. Chapter 2. The morning sun cast its warm glow on the protagonist as they awoke at the outskirts of the city, the remnants of sleep clinging to their senses. An hour later, the coach carried them to a private station near the city center, a respite for those journeying across the country or conducting business in the bustling heart of the urban landscape. Upon arrival, the protagonist encountered an oasis of sophistication, high-fluted columns, fashionable seating, and attendants with braided caps. It was a salubrious enclave, a microcosm of village life nestled within the city's core. Papers exchanged through a grill, scrutinized by a bored woman with a finger marking her place in a book, and the protagonist left swiftly, eager to reach the familiar embrace of home. The coach, by then reduced to a mere handful of passengers, carried the residue of a diverse mix, two adventurous teenagers, the spark of rebellion in their eyes, and an older man who, despite initial appearances, had undergone a transformation in the city's light, now exuding a distinctly raffish air. The protagonist couldn't help but wonder about the stories hidden behind their expressions and the motives that had brought them to the city. The journey's fatigue lingered as the protagonist embarked on the hour-long walk from the station to their home. The weight of a week's worth of clothing and a painting roll became a physical reminder of the distance traveled. The city's quiet heat induced beads of sweat, a testament to the contrast between the perceived tranquility of the urban center and the weariness embedded in the protagonist's bones. Yet, despite the physical strain, the protagonist's mind was occupied with thoughts of Kara. All spare money had been reserved for upcoming celebrations with her, their decade-long companionship a testament to their commitment. As they meandered through the city's streets, memories of the past decade resurfaced. Kara and the protagonist had chosen to make a life together in the city, its allure a blend of magnificence and decay. The protagonist's reflections, however, were not solely focused on their relationship. The city unfolded before them, revealing both its grandeur and its underlying corruption. Magnificent structures coexisted with decay, a constant reminder that beneath the veneer of splendor, the city harbored a persistent shadow of physical deterioration. Their home, situated in the swirl of houses surrounding the city, spoke of history and endurance. Built 2 centuries ago, it had witnessed the nation's rise and fall, a resilient backdrop to the protagonist and Kara's shared life. The modest upper floor, accessed through a mean and dimly lit stairwell, housed 2 tiny bedrooms, one for each of them. A place of aspiration and contentment, it symbolized a life together with no clear prospect of leaving the city for the allure of a village. Kara's clothes occupied one side of the second bedroom, while the protagonist's paints and canvases claimed the other. In the middle, with a careful alignment, one could pretend to have a proper studio. It was a space infused with love, an escape from the city's realities. As the protagonist hurried home, the anticipation of reuniting with Kara heightened. Despite the weariness, they were eager to prepare for the evening ahead. The notion of a wedding, long postponed due to their respective demanding jobs, lingered in the air. 33 seemed young, and tonight they hoped to discuss and solidify plans for the future. The city, in its usual contradictory manner, unfolded its sights, a mixture of grandeur and stagnation. In the heat of the spring afternoon, the urban landscape appeared both at its greatest and most stagnant. A decade of shared life with Kara flashed before the protagonist's eyes. The city, like their relationship, possessed moments of brilliance but was forever shadowed by the inevitability of decay. Upon reaching home, a burst of energy propelled the protagonist into a whirlwind of activities. Sketches were moved, bins emptied, floors cleaned, and even a shelf was fixed. The passage of time marked by these tasks only intensified the protagonist's restlessness. As 5 o'clock slipped away, a decision to run to the corner shop for supper ingredients was made. Kara, accustomed to life's luxuries due to her work, was not accustomed to cooking for herself immediately after returning from a job. The clock ticked away, 6 o'clock turned to 7, and the protagonist found themselves caught in a constant state of motion. Moments were spent before an easel, improving sketches, arranging books, and overseeing the ingredients for supper. Unbeknownst to them, these actions were a subconscious display of the roles they played in the partnership: the creative force, the provider, the lover. By 8 o'clock, restlessness had morphed into a sense of urgency. The postbox in the hall drew the protagonist's attention, and 4 letters awaited them. The 4th, written in Kara's hand, held a gravity that prompted the protagonist to save it for last. A feeling lingered that this letter held the potential to alter the course of their life. The first 2 letters were mundane updates on forthcoming jobs. The 3rd, however, delivered unexpected news: the protagonist's regular teaching post, a Monday commitment at a nearby school, would cease due to budget constraints. The news, though significant, paled in comparison to the impending revelation within Kara's letter. The final letter, written with brevity that mirrored Kara's physical absence, conveyed a message that reverberated through the protagonist's being. Kara was not coming back. Her work on Pemberley's Island, deemed critical, demanded her prolonged presence. Apologies were offered, regrets expressed, and the acknowledgement of deserving better treatment lingered. The relationship's future was left delicately unspoken, and the impending anniversary held an unspoken weight. The protagonist stared at the letter, folded it, and placed it alongside the others. A narrative emerged as they traced the evolution of Kara's correspondence, from the enthusiastic, detail-laden letters of her initial weeks to the faded and distant expressions of a life increasingly detached. The weight of Kara's decision settled, a heaviness matched only by the evening sky outside the studio window. Around 10 o'clock, the television flickered to life, a companion to the solitude that enveloped the protagonist. Unmoved by hunger, dinner ingredients abandoned on the worktop, they sought distraction in the glow of the screen. The advertisement break, an inconspicuous interlude in the evening's routine, revealed an advert for one of the villages, Pemberley's creation. The advert unfurled a carefully crafted narrative, showcasing an idyllic existence within the confines of a village. Couples in middle age strolled, chefs worked in pristine kitchens, elderly couples communed in beautifully tended gardens, and children reveled in the enchantment of a magic lantern. The Tomorrow Trust, Sir John Pemberley's brainchild, emerged as a beacon of luxury and harmony. The protagonist's thoughts circled back to the morning's departure, where they had woken near the Bywaters village. The once neutral perception of these enclaves now morphed into a malevolent force, a symbol of Pemberley's influence and a reminder of Kara's entanglement with his island. The advert, with its polished imagery, felt like a personal challenge, a taunt that spoke of Pemberley's power over the country and the protagonist. In a moment of clarity, amidst the echo of Kara's absence and the looming shadow of Pemberley's influence, the protagonist's resolve solidified. There was little tethering them to the city, and with funds in their account and love in their heart, a decision was made. They would embark on a quest to rescue Kara from Pemberley's grasp, to reclaim their shared future from the clutches of the enigmatic billionaire. With determination as their guide, the protagonist envisioned a journey fraught with uncertainty yet buoyed by unwavering love. The specter of Pemberley's influence loomed large, but the protagonist's resolve remained unyielding. As they switched off the television and settled into the studio's embrace, the echoes of the city's clangor mingled with the whisper of their impending quest. In the stillness of the night, a plan took shape, a journey to Pemberley's Island, a confrontation with the enigmatic billionaire, and a quest to rescue Kara from the shadows of his influence. With each passing moment, the protagonist's determination grew, fueled by the unwavering belief that love could conquer even the most formidable of obstacles. As they gazed upon the work of their life, sketches and canvases infused with memories of a shared past, the protagonist felt a renewed sense of purpose. Kara's absence, though painful, served as a catalyst for action, propelling them towards a future where love and freedom triumphed over the confines of a stagnant city and the secrets of an island shrouded in mystery.